Zombie apocalypse.
Good evening, students. This is Chitu from coming with new solutions. Not the new solution, just we are going to discuss about the questions. What type of questions will come for solution? I think you enjoyed my previous videos about two types of solutions, that in pseudocode as well as in Python. Let's go into this one, and again, those who didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe so that you will get easily all the updations, and it will use easy for your exam preparation also. Let's go into that one. Today we are going to discuss some of the possible questions and answers. Can we go? So first question, I just give the question, and those who are not clear about the task 1, task 2, task 3, please go watch those things and practice all the tasks, and then you have to attend these questions, then only you can able to understand. So in this video I'm following only the pseudocode so that it is easy for you to understand everything. Let me go into the first question. So this normal, the first question mostly this commonly they are asking this type of question. One is all variables, constants and other identifier must have meaningful names. So this will the common instruction to you when you are writing or when you are answering the question. So while I am clearly explaining about the solution itself, I clearly told about that your variable, constants or must be a meaningful names. Okay. The first question, identify one array you could have used for task 1 and state its purpose. So clearly given that array, sometimes they will call directly array, sometimes they will use the word data structure. So definitely this particular electrical train pre-release material, without array we cannot able to develop. So they are asking one array in task 1. Sometimes they will ask some arrays in your pseudocode. In that time also you can choose anything, because in this particular electrical mountain task we are initializing and we are introducing all the variables in task 1 itself. Let's check what could be. So many arrays we are using. What are they to store the, suppose some people are storing train number, I didn't store the train number, but we can store the total seats for down, up, total money, anything. So you can choose any variable for that. For example, first one I use the word uptime. Okay, this uptime, and it is initialized as integer. So first one array they ask, so I use that uptime, and it is initialized with its timing, and the data type is integer. And what is the purpose of that one? So this is array we know. So what is the purpose of that array? So used to store all 4 train time for journey up. Exactly, this is only to store the journey up, the train which is journeying up to the mountain, its time I am storing. So for that we can, it is not necessary that you have to use the same variable. We are using so many arrays, right? Any array you can able to show. So for example, I can show another one, right? Another array also. So here they asked one, but I am showing you two. Anything you can use. For example, so total seat. So total seat present in down. So I clearly given in that array. They told, right, we have to use correct variables and constants. So the meaningful names, right? So I clearly given down total seat means that train journey which is turning down and its total seat. So total seat is for train 1 480, train 2 480, and last train has 640, and its data type is as integer. So you have to show that one. Here identify one array. Sometimes some people will use only, they will show only the array name, they won't show the data types anything. But I will recommend to the students, you have to show the whole you have to define that how you are declaring that data type. If you could show these things, it will be more useful and it is meaningful also. And what is the purpose of that? Used to store all the 4 trains. You can store all the total seat of the 4 trains which travels down from the mountain. Okay. Okay, next what is the next question? So this carries 2 marks. This carries 2 marks for this, because for this 1 mark and this 1 mark. So hereafter total in this video we are going to see 10 questions. Just I used very simple 10 questions. After your response, I will load the explanation part, those things. So in 10 questions, mostly it is in 2 mark, and over some questions I will make it as a 4 or 6 marks. Okay, we can see next question. So identify one variable you could have used for task 2 and state its purpose. So everywhere they are using here one variable. If two variable means two variable. So in task 2 clearly they given task 2. So though in our solution we are declaring and defining all the variables in task 1 itself, some variables are only used in task 2. So in this question you have to choose that type of variable. For example, the variable I used is number of passenger, because in this first task we are just displaying the screen. In second task we are getting input from the customer with how many tickets and how many which train, like that. So first variable I just choose is number of passengers and I declare it as integer. Everywhere if you give the variable name it's enough also, but I will recommend always you have to show the declaration part so that it is easy which data type is used. And purpose, of course you can able to tell used to get number of passenger as an input. I'm just getting an input and storing it to the variable number of passenger. And second one also I want to show you two examples, right? Second example is journey down as integer. So this is used to get a train number. So I clearly given the purpose used to get down journey train number as input. Very simple. You will get 2 marks. Very easily you can get 2 marks. Now 2 questions we discussed. Now you can get very easy 4 marks. Let me go to the next question. Identify one constant you could have used for task 3 and state its purpose. And here I will clearly tell, sometimes they will give task 3, task 2, sometimes very generally they will ask identify one constant you could use in your program, used in your pseudocode. So both the things are same. Okay, so these constants mostly they are asking any constants you used in your pseudocode. So definitely for this purpose mostly we will just search any constants we can able to keep. So can you remember what constants we used? Anyone remember? Let's see. One way cost as constant. So this I clearly given in a pseudocode format. If it is a Python you can use as a there is no constant separately, but we can initialize it. But if you are using any other VB or JavaScript or C, C++, if you are using any other language, definitely you are using that declaration part. How you are declaring constant, those things. Here they are asking the constants. If you give one way cost equal 25 is okay, but you can also show the declaration, the full declaration. So what is the purpose? To store, use to store and initialize the cost of one way ticket for the journey. Okay. And next question number 4. Name and describe. You have to listen, name and describe the data structures that you have used in your pseudocode. This is very common question. Mostly if you take for last 5 years question, this type of question, definitely data structure they are asking. And explain why you chose your data structure. So if you are choosing any data structure, you could have to tell why you chose that one. So here data structure means some people are misleading that they are thinking only array. We are not telling it's a data structure. All the variable declaration we collectively call as data structure. In your book also when you see first data structure only they are discussing. So I try to give all type of data structure so that you can easily understand. So one by one we can go. Here they didn't give. Maybe if it is 2 marks you can choose one variable. If they give 4 marks you can choose two variables, two type of data structure you can show. So I just chose all type of data structure I used in my pseudocode. Okay. First one, this is just clear declaration part. One is up money. Up money means just these for 4 trains I'm using and an initialized array. This is array data structure and I'm using it to store money that is how much money earned by the up train. So this is one declaration, data structure as integer, so it is array declaration, and its explanation means why I chose. This I chose because used to store money earned in up journey for all 4 trains. And again one more point I added, what one dimensional, 1D means one dimension array is used, so that it is because they are asking why you chose, so you have to suggest that one array variable I used so that it's easy to store details of all 4 trains. Okay, this only the Cambridge people are expecting that you understood when you are declaring the variable. And next type, dir as string. So I just use the direction, that direction as string. Why I use a string? In that explanation clearly it is given, used to store direction of the train, whether it is up or down. So I'm just storing it's a string. So string means automatically anything, any word, right? So word means automatically we have to use up, down to store that I'm using. So here I showed array integer, here I'm showing the string. And next, day total as integer. So this day total I used here, it didn't give any task totally in your pseudocode. So I chose from task 1 variable, task 2 1 variable, and task 3 1 variable. So it as a normal integer, and its purpose is used to store money earned by all the trains both up and down journey in that day. So total money earned in that day, that only I want to calculate, that I want to store in one variable. I am going to use a running total in that, so I use this one. So those things you can explain in your answer. And last, one way cost, this also I added. So suppose if they are gave 4 different, sometimes they were like you have to explain 4 different data structure, means we can use it. If you use any character, that also you can say. But in my pseudocode I didn't use any character data type or any character variables, but I use a constant, so I want to show constant also in that category. But it won't come under data structure, we will make it the constant in separate subtitle, but yet I want to show these are the data structures we used. So used to store cost of one way ticket declared as a constant, so that the value are not changed. So I gave the suggestion, I gave the clarification that why I use a constant, so that it won't change. And next, fifth question. So already we saw 4 questions. Now you on your hand 10 marks, up to 10 marks it is in your hand. And the fifth question is, state whether you initialized any variable. So that is very important. Whenever we are writing any program, first is we are declaring the variable, next is initializing, the next only we will start our program. So this initialization is very important, what you are initializing, and explain with the pseudocode statement how and why you are initialized it in your pseudocode. So we initialized a lot of things in task 1 itself. So something only I am going to list. So depend upon your mark. If 2 mark means 2 things you can explain, 1 mark means 1 variable you can explain, and depend upon the marks you can choose your own variable which you are, how many variables you are going to explain. So for example, I am just explaining about total money. So total money as integer, this is how I am declaring. This is as an array and initialized. The array is initialized. So explanation. Total money is declared as an array variable and also initialized to 0, so that total money earned by all the trains in a day can be stored. So for all the trains is here 4 trains. So for each train it is initialized with 0. So it is declared as well as initialized. This is one. And another initialization. Here I gave 2 initialization. So here first line, this one is declaration. So total passenger and total day as integers first I declare, and total passenger also 0 and day total also 0. So I have to give here the justification why I declared and why I initialized to 0. That is my answer, right? So total passenger and total day is declared as integer. So I am declaring it as integer and both are initialized to 0. Clearly I am telling both I am initialized to 0. Both are used. Why I am initialized to 0? Both are used as a running total for total passenger and money earned by all the train on that day. in my pseudocode. So this explanation in your words, you can make it clear. And next question is for two of the variable that you have used in task 2. So here peculiarly it's referred task 2. State the name, type and its use. So I have to choose any two variable which I used in my task 2, and I have to tell what is the variable name, its type and what is the use of that one. So purpose and use both are same. Okay. So one by one we can see. First one is name, that is variable name. Okay. Variable name is down total seat. So the name itself you can able to understand, right? What data type I used? Actually the data type is integer, but I am using as array, so I just want to refer its array integer. And use means use to store total seat in train which travels down. So what is the use? That one. Suppose in this question as improvisation they are asking example or show the declaration, means already we show the declaration, right? Total down total seat, that 2 square bracket and equal to, and that initialization part, that you can declare. Here they didn't ask the declaration, just they are asking the variable name clearly, so I make it simple. And two variables, so another variable also I want to show. Another one is name is cost, so cost also we are using to calculate. Then what is the data type? Here mostly cost or currency means we will use the real, but here it is round off only, so no need of real, so I use the integer. If you used real as your data type, you can use real also. Actually I use integer. And next, use is used to store calculated ticket cost. Suppose if you want to use real, it's more good. I think in programming, in my Python programming, I use like that. In some normal programming, I didn't use in the pseudocode. I didn't go for this complication. I just use integer. You can use real also in this type, but it has to be consistency. What you are using, the same variable you have to declare, because in coming questions if they tell to write the algorithm, what you are following the same program, the same pseudocode only you have to show. You should not show in one program, in one question in some other language pseudocode, and next question you are using that pseudocode like that. So make that consistent. One thing you can follow, whether you are going to write the program or pseudocode in exam, that you have to answer the same way for each question, so that those who are marking, it is easy for the teachers to easily to understand what type of pseudocode you use. The logic only they will check, but it don't make it more confused. And next question, write an algorithm using either pseudocode, programming statement or a flow chart. How you validate while selecting the train journey up. So clearly here this type of question mostly you can see in second paper, in paper 2, they will use this word, write an algorithm using either pseudocode or programming statement or a flow chart. Means that using, they are telling me you can use any pseudocode means you can incorporate any terms, right? Any structure of the programming language, but you are writing the algorithm. We are not writing the pure algorithm, so you should not confuse with whether I have to draw the flow chart or I have to write the programming statement. No need. What you are practicing the pseudocode, your teachers will be recommending write some pseudocode. Those pseudocode statement if you write is enough. So no need to confuse, because it was given as flow chart like that, because they are telling using flow chart means when you are developing any big task, any big program, we have to follow some of the rules. First is algorithm, flow chart, then we are writing the pseudocode or programming statement. So they are telling you how to write the pseudocode, means they have to check logical, how much logically you are understood the question and gave the solution. Here our question is how you validate by selecting the train number. You are giving the train number, journey up, whether it is selected or not. So validation, here this validation statement. When we are validating two things, mostly while we are validating, we must use if statement and some loop. So loop and if statement must be there when we are validating any variable value. So here only for journey up, so we use that do while statement. So do while inside this one, so the do while what it will do, here they asked to write the algorithm only, so I didn't add any explanation part. This will carry 4 marks actually. So do while and the conditions, these we can tell that is post loop, right? So after reading, after getting input, after getting all the information, then it will check whether it meets the condition or not, so that if the condition is it will reach, means again it will repeat, if correct value inputted, then it will come out. So here some people can use repeat until also. If repeat until means this condition will be differ. Okay, if you need repeat until you want to use, you are not okay with the do while, if the what condition I have to give means, you just comment me, I will tell what type of condition we can give in the repeat until. I am okay with the do while. So in do while, first thing in do while what happened, if the condition is true it will repeat. Okay, if the condition is true it will repeat. So here what else, first I am telling you to enter the time journey up, right? You have to enter the train number. I gave one explanation 1 2 3 4 only, and you have to get in journey up is the input variable, in that it will get this input. Suppose if it is not in that, it will be differ. So you can see input and updated passenger one variable, in that I am just adding already this here already one up journey will be there, right, in array, in there it will be added. So already it will be 0 0 plus 1 first time, if I'm thinking it is first time, it will be added and it will come out. So here you can see just it is adding and it will give, it is not updating there, just it is adding and checking. Here two conditions is checked. One is this condition, you can see. Okay, so in this condition, you can see in this condition what is happening. First I am checking whether the person enter the right train number or not. So for that, whether the journey up is less than, I told if it is wrong it will repeat. If it is less than 1 or greater than 4 means wrong, you enter the wrong one. So this loop will again repeat, means again it will ask you the input. This is first condition. Second condition, it will check whether enough total number of seat is available or not. In your total seat, whether it is available or not. So it will check updated passenger means what it could be already, what it is there, it is added, and it is checking with the total seat whether it is there. If it is greater than means of course there is no seat. If these two condition is okay, then what it means, it is not reach up to the correct point. So again this loop will be repeating. So once it will come out of the loop means the both the condition is fail. Both the condition is fail means the right input, you choose the correct train number and also seat is available. So after it is, then it is updated into the up passenger. Updated means this value will be added into the up passenger, it is added. So already here we added, that is updated in the up passenger, that is in the array we are storing. In this what we are doing, only writing the algorithm. So just to understand again I am explaining. Next question, the same thing. Okay, so instead of journey up I use journey down, so that I can explain that part also. Here they are not giving to write the algorithm, they clearly told explain with pseudocode statements how you validate while selecting the train journey down. That is task 2, right? In task 2 we are. So in this what are the things, first mostly they will write directly they will go for explanation, but my recommendation is you have to write the algorithm first, what algorithm, and then you can explain. This is one way. Or sometimes if you want to directly explain and you want to add the terms also, you can do. So both the things I will tell, but explanation is must. While you write and you can in the explanation I shown above like that you can show, or else while explaining itself you have to write this statement. So together if you write it is easy, right? So how we can explain? So in this what are the things, 3 condition we have to check. In train 1 Up journey means you have to choose, you have to write two conditions, you have to check two conditions. But in train two, when you are traveling down train, when you are choosing, you have to choose three conditions. So how you can write those things? So that only I explained it. In your way you can explain how it is. It is not the thing word by word you have to learn like that. Just one idea I am giving. To select the train number which you travel down is validated by using three conditions. I clearly told here, right? I use three conditions. What are the three conditions? You can use these type of words because you are you wrote on your own pseudocode and you are explaining about your pseudocode. So I used, you can tell, or we used, and in my program, my pseudocode, this will be used, like that. Any terms you can use. So I used while loop to validate the down journey train number as shown above. So I shown above I can give, or else what are the things I can explain. In first condition, updated. So I want to show which is the first condition. This is my first condition. So I want to show this is my first condition. What actually it was, this condition, what actually it is doing. That I have to explain. And first condition is used to check if the seat is available in the selected train or not. So first we are checking whether seat is available or not. And second condition, that is this second condition, of course we know whether that correct train number is entered by the person or not. So here check if the user entered the right train or not. That is 1 to 4 only allowed, right? And third condition is the extra condition. It is not discussed in the up journey train, right? So here which term? This one. So that also I am showing here, and checks whether the time of the down journey train is after the train journey up. Okay, so what we are which time we are training up, and after that only we have to come down whether that time is correct or not. So these three condition is validated. So clearly we gave after validation. After validation, okay, the number of passenger is stored into the down passenger array variable. So down passenger array variable we are storing here, right? Exactly in that array variable we are updating the passenger, right? We are giving that passenger is added. So that is updated. That time given. So this explanation is very important. So I mostly will recommend, if they ask for the explanation, if you write here and then if you explain, it is more better. You will have enough time to do that one, because 1 hour 45 minutes it is there for only 50 marks question. So you just think how much it is there. So you can write and explain it so that you should not lose even a single mark. This type of question will carry 4 marks, or sometimes if you have to explain a lot means they will do 6 marks. So it is, even single mark is very important for us. So no need to reduce your explanation. Try to explain how much it is, very elaborately you can explain. That is very good. And while marking also they will have enough, they will easily understood your concept, so they will give full mark for you. Okay, next question. So only 2 more questions, after that this video will be finished. Let me go for the next question. So here explain with the pseudocode statement how you calculate the cost of the ticket purchase for a single ticket and group ticket. So in our question in task 2 itself, we are using how much ticket is, how we are calculating the cost. Okay, so if the number of passengers, so here can you I think you all remember that one, inclusive it will be there, right? In inclusive what it was given, whether the passenger group single ticket means up to 10 is a single ticket. Okay, if I want to purchase a group ticket that is more than 10, inclusive 10 to 80 means we have to apply a discount. That discount also, the 10th passenger, every 10th passenger has to follow, has to travel free ticket. So that calculation is given here, and as it is given here, explain, I have to show the algorithm, then I want to explain. This is my way. Okay, I will recommend this only. If you want to just explain with those terms also, you can explain, but I felt this is very good way of explanation. So just I show the algorithm and then I'm going to explain how we can explain. Here I show the algorithm, and then here I am using if statement. So this if statement we are using is used to check if number of ticket is 10 to 80. So first I am giving whether it is number of passenger, right? Number of ticket is 10 to 80. If the ticket is 10 to 80, discount cost is calculated by using the statement, this statement. This is the discount statement. What it is? First I am dividing it by 10 and then minus with the number of tickets, so that I will get number how many free tickets, and the free ticket is after minusing the free ticket. Try this, I will get the number of the free ticket, minus it, and then I'm just multiply with the one way cost. Okay. Then if the number of ticket is less than 10, no discount is there, right? And also greater than 80 also it is not allowed, and that also, that limitation, when I'm in my next video we will discuss that also, how the limitations we can write. So here you can see, if it is there is no discount means this point, this statement we are using. So I want to show that this I am using like that, and is used, then the calculator cost is updated into its regarding array variable. So the updated cost is I am using an array variable. Sorry. So these things is updated in my array variable. And next question, the last question, but not only the last question, just very simple 10 questions I am explaining in this video. After that, what are the possible questions I am going to give in next video also. So keep on watching, then it is very useful for your exam. And explain with a pseudocode statement. Here also I use the word explain. How you display the train detail in task 1. So train details in task 1 means just initializing the variable and display. Okay. So how they will do. So explain how. So I'm ready to tell the algorithm you have to explain. So of course first I have to add after declaration initialization. I am declaring and initializing one part of the task 1 only we are going to. Using for loop, the train details are displayed as shown below. So I use here. So first one is just display screen, and this one is printing, and this one is just I am explaining with pseudocode what I can do using the for loop. Just I am displaying all the variables. If you want to add more thing, you can add. I just first one I stored the train number, so count is used for the train number, and this uptime, total seat, everything I am displaying and updating. So like this, these are very simple questions I am explaining to you, so that it is easy for you to understand, as well as it is very helpful for your coming O-level exam. And in best of luck students, I think you will understand like that. If anything, any part you didn't understand, please comment it. And those who didn't subscribe, subscribe it, so that in future I will try to upload 2-3 videos on time. I will try to depend upon your response. I will make it more clear. After finishing these things, I am going to upload the video about uh, each questions, how we can write the answers as a revision part. Each part very complicated, which is always has the doubt, right? Students will have doubt in one topic. Like that topic I am going to take, and those things I am going to explain, and after explanation I will upload what type of question, for that question how we can answer. So my motto is only exam point of view, how you can score very good mark. So I want to choose that paper 1 concept also. I try to finish all the possible questions. Okay, see you in the next video as early as possible, and thank you for your support who subscribed and also have the comment, and thank you very much. See you, bye. And this signing you off from you, this is Chitu.